Welcome to the Old Idaho State Penitentiary on Warm Springs Boulevard in Boise, Idaho. My name is Jay Christensen, and I have a YouTube channel that covers a wide variety of different things, mostly mechanical. But in this particular video, it happens to be about rekeying some locks and getting into a tier that had not been accessed in a long time. I spent 32 years working for the Idaho Department of Corrections. I'm a retired warden from the Idaho State Correctional Center, and I was asked to come in for a podcast, Behind the Gray Walls, with the Idaho Historical Society and Anthony Perry. During that interview, he found out that I happened to spend some time as a locksmith working here in this death row area of the old pen, rekeying one of these locks on a cell that they had lost a key to. Several months later, Anthony asked me to come back and see if I could gain access to a tier that they did not have access to because they did not have a key to it. In Unit 2, one entire wing that had 4 levels had not been accessed since his employment there. So I did go back and I did gain access by getting into the 3rd level and climbing down to low level and removing the lock. And that's what this video does. It goes into great detail about what I did on those days. There is another video that's a little bit shorter, and it basically shows us gaining access to the tier. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you.
Got a retired warden out here at the old pen, and we're rekeying some of the old doors for buildings we haven't had access to. So I'm gonna take out our old key we found just recently this year. Woo. All right, we're into house. Have not been able to access this wing here for our work, but warden's up there. Figured it out.
Boy, it looks like it's been a long time since somebody's been in here.
Yeah, for sure. All right, careful, Jay.
A lot of electrical wire down there.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. You might be wondering why we're doing this. Well, we have keys to the building, but only one key opens the 3rd tier way up there, and we want to access this 1st tier. So Jay is going to rekey it so that one of these will actually work to open. All right, Jay did it. We're in. Look at this. Just right off the bat, some shadow boards, different equipment in here, probably used in 68 after the prison closed. They turned this probably into just storage. A lot to clean up, but now we can turn this into an exhibition space, so that's gonna be awesome. Wow. I think this pole right here was used to open the windows up on these upper tiers. Actually pull out this little metal piece here. So much. This is amazing. Ah, good mattress. Yeah. What did you find, Jay?
I'm guessing, just from the size of this and what I see here, that this was used for 4-pointing. And what I mean by 4-pointing is that all 4 limbs are restrained.
Wow.
And I can only deduce that this was for raising the arms up after the restraining. And I just don't, from the size of it, I don't see it being used for any kind of livestock.
Yeah.
But I can see, a chunk of hickory like this being used for restraining a non-compliant inmate.
For our cannery display.
It's pretty easy to tell what this unit was used for. Is when they closed down the other units, this became kind of the maintenance stockpile.
Oh, okay.
They have a lot of the wiring in here for electrical wiring when they were going to run some wiring. This is unused wire.
Yeah.
They have some of the light domes in here for some of the prison lights out there. And you see a dolly there, all kinds of different equipment in here that they use in different areas. They got cell lights in here.
Yeah.
It just became a stockpile in here.
Stockpile area.
Kept my stuff in there.
Uh-huh.
There's straps. There's a bed frame there.
Yeah.
Tools were kept in here, so I would suppose some of the workers came in. Lime, I'm not sure what the lime is used for, so I'm sure there's a variety of different things that they use it for.
The brick.
A lot more wiring.
Perfect. What a cool day. This has been awesome.
Okay, so we're on to our second door down here at the Old Idaho Penitentiary. This happens to be a storage door. It has a Folger Adams lock on it. It's a little bit different than the last one we ran into. However, this door, they do have access to get into the storage room, that they have to go in through a back door and walk through some hallways to get to it. What they wanted to be able to do though is they wanted to be able to get into this door from this side with a key that's utilized for that door. Now, they used to key doors separately. It's called layers of security. That it takes a different key to open that door than it is to open this door. Because it's a museum now more than anything else, I'm going to key it to be the same, just by modifying what's called wafers on the inside of the lock that keeps these, that works with these keys to open the deadbolt on the end. So the first thing I got to do is I got to get the lock on, and then I got to get access to it on the inside. Just take it apart, get the wafers out, and modify them. Okay, so now what we've done is I've removed this lock over here. It is a Folger Adams lock. It has some wafers inside it that align with the key, as I was talking about earlier. And what I did is I modified the wafers, and I was able to reposition some of them so that they work better with a different key. So now what we've got is this key, a key, is a Folger Adams key, which is called the paracentric. Now, also opens this same lock on this side, the same door on this side. the one that we were working on. It's pretty easy to pull this off, and just it had bolts here. This is like one of the original heads that were on it, and that, so I had to get to hold that with some vice grips and pull that out. But other than that, it was a very easy job. And we're here in JD's shop. Say hi, JD.
Hi, JD.
Okay, we're back at the shop here in Fairfield, Idaho, and so something we're going to do is we're going to remove this. We're going to remove this old lock, and we're going to get into the wafers that are inside it and modify it so that the tier keys they do have in existence down there at the old pen will actually work on this one. Then I'm also going to modify the old rivets and weld some threads onto the end of them, or at least extend them so that they can be reused, and we have the same historic rivets that were placed in that facility in the early 1900s, 1911.
Good friend Jay Christensen, Scott Horton, actually from Buell, up here in Fairfield now, and been in the welding fabrication trade for over 40 years, and I'm looking forward to helping Jay out and the Historical Society. So.
All right, and we're here in Scott's workshop. You can see it's a pretty well equipped workshop. This is his, from what I understand, it's his small one.
It is. It's my transitional stage.
So what you're doing there is you're making kind of like a cradle to put everything together?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back here at the historical site, the old prison in Boise, Idaho, and thought I'd explain a couple things about what we did a couple weeks ago. So when we gained access to this wing here, we went up I went up in levels until I could find what's called an E door. This is an exit door. E stands for exit. This is an E door here, E door to the tier. And I found one that we had a key that fit. It was for level 3. The way the tiers work out is there's actually 4 levels in here. There's a 1A, this would be 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B. And we did find a E door upstairs on level 3 that a key did work on. However, it still did not open. And so what this is a lock. It's called a lockbox. And it's a secondary and third, what's called levels of security. So what I mean by secondary and third level is even though there's no lock in this door at all, you see it can't be opened. So secondary, this right here is the lever that releases it, but you still can't get it open. You have to come over here, release a lock on the lever, pull up on it. Pull up on it, the E-door will swing open. So that's what we had to figure out, and fortunately they did have a key that operated the lock for the lockbox, and that's how we were able to get the lockbox open, and finally got the tier open upstairs that I was able to climb down and remove the lock. Now what I've done is, and I'll show you in the video, had a local machinist weld some threads onto it. He welded some threads onto it, straighten the rivets out for hopefully a good easy installation, and we're just going to put it back together, and then now have it. We've already tested it. We have a key that fits it, and I'll put the cover back on this so it can be displayed, and we'll leave it in this unlocked position so now on they can use a key to get it open without having to remove the cover. I'm sure in that lockbox there's something that releases those. That do it? Oh, I bet it's a smaller one up here. No? How about now? Now? That do anything?
No.
Huh. How about that?
That moved some. Yeah, that's a.
Huh. Well, it's not any of those. Oh, I see. So I tried to move this lever here, but it wouldn't move on me. But just like on the e-doors, it's got another second latch to keep it from coming open. And that's how I opened it right there. So that is for maintenance on the doors.
Yeah.
What will happen? Anthony, you want to say anything to finalize this video?
Jay, thank you so much. Everybody who helped, thank you all so much. This is really gonna affect the future of how we interpret the site, and you know, this access is something that I've wanted since I started working here. So appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to extend a special thanks to a few different people. First of all, Ron Chapman of Valley Service here in Fairfield, Idaho. It's the hardware store, and he donated the hardware to put the lock back together. Scott Horton, where his special skills in welding, he put the threads on it. He adapted the original rivets so we could reuse them. And JD Lineberger, which helped me take the lock apart and rekey it so that it could be used again. And last but not least, all of you that has taken the time to come on and watch the videos, especially those that have liked and subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you taking the time to do so. And if you have the chance, stop into the Idaho Historical Society on Warm Springs in Boise, Idaho, and visit the old pen for yourself. You'll possibly be able to get to tour the tier that we opened up. Thanks again.